Today I'm taking a look at the Thrunite TC20 V2. It's not the newest model, but it's still recent, and it's update on Thrunite's TC20 V1 that I reviewed years and years ago. This one's running a Cree XHP 70.2 LED, a 26650 battery, and has onboard USB-C charging. If you want a light that can sustain 1500 to 2000 lumens for more than an hour, listen up. Thanks to Thrunite for accidentally sending this one to me to take a look at and review too. I'll have a link to this light in the description below, along with links to all my social media accounts. If you haven't checked me out there, make sure you do. For packaging and accessories, this one comes with your standard Thrunite box. Nothing fancy here. The light does come in a couple different colors. It comes in a desert tan and a metal gray one here. I do have the black only. It comes with a few accessories that I will show photos of. You do get the included 5000 milliamp hour 26650 battery, a nylon holster of okay quality, a USB-A to USB-C charging cable, a lanyard, a bag of extras including an O-ring, button seal, USB port cover, a split ring, and of course a manual and a warranty card. So construction design, the light is made from aluminum. It's hard anodized black. Build quality is always pretty good from Thrunite, and I have no complaints there. At the back, the tail cap here has just some milling in it for lightweight. It tail stands well, no issues there. And here's your lanyard attachment point there. It does unscrew there. There's a big spring in the back end. The body has traded the traditional knurling for milled grooves in there. They're aggressive without being too aggressive, if that makes sense. And it fits pretty good in my hand here. That's kind of the benefit of 26650s. They give you a little bit more to hold on to there. The head features your standard Thrunite electronic switch there with a metal button and an LED in the center. Directly opposite the button is your USB-C charging port there. It comes with a silicone cover there, and it fits into place here pretty nicely, and once in place it stays out of the way. The flap doesn't open too easily. Got a little bit of milling in the head for style and maybe limited heat dissipation. And then at the top, you've got a flat bezel with no crenulations in there. You have a glass lens with anti-reflective coating and a reflector with a medium orange peel. Retention options include that nylon holster. It has elastic sides and plastic D-ring with a fixed belt loop. It gets the job done here, but nothing too fancy. And then you've got your lanyard attachment point there at the rear. For size and weight, I measured this one at 118.1 millimeters in length, diameter of the body tube at 32.6 millimeters, diameter of the head at 42 millimeters. Weight with the included battery is 242.5 grams. So this isn't a light flashlight. The light is IPX6D8 water rated. Let's talk about the LED and beam here. The TC20 V2 is running the Cree XHP 70.2. Thrunite says it's capable of 4000 lumens, and it's available in cool white and neutral white, they say, and I have the cool white version here. On my Opal meter, I measured it 5737 Kelvin and 66 CRI. The tint didn't have any green tinge to it that I noticed, and it seems to be a constant current driver. You would think this is mostly a floody light with the 70.2 LED in there, but it's actually a decent amount of throw to it as well that we'll see in the night shots, and the hotspot is quite large. Mode spacing here is a little bit less than ideal in my opinion. I'm very happy that it has Firefly at half a lumen, but then the three main modes cover from anywhere from 0.5 lumens all the way up to 1800 lumens, and there's some pretty big jumps in that range here. Medium to high goes from 350 to 1800. I think another mode somewhere in there, maybe around 1000 lumens, would be nice. I will insert my output results here that I got from my DIY lumen tube for testing. Here are my night shots for the Thrunite TC20 V2, and this is in low mode, 35 lumens, and we can see it just barely reaches my fence there. The camera's having a hard time focusing. Here is medium, 320 lumens. Not a bad little beam here. Here is high at 1853 lumens, and this is using a Cree XHP 70.2 LED, and I measured it at about 5700 Kelvin tint wise, and then turbo is a big bump up here to 4068 lumens, and after a couple minutes here it'll step down to about 17,000. We can see it reaches the trees, and you can almost see the building over there too. It's a big broad hotspot beam. It's not a flooding light or pure flood here. It's got a big hotspot, so not a thrower either, but this thing pumps out lumens, so it kind of works as a thrower. General purpose light, 2600, fits in the hand well, as you can see here. Creates a nice column of light in front of you, and holds the temperature regulation here reasonably well too. I've been using this in turbo here for about a minute and it's not even warm to the touch. Heat and runtime wise, this light is able to sustain 3500 plus lumens for 3 hours and 45 minutes before stepping down to about 1600 where it'll run for 45 minutes or so, before stepping down again to about 1400 lumens to finish out the remainder of the hour 45 runtime. Peak heat during this time was about 58C, and running on medium mode nets an impressive 11 hours and 15 minutes of runtime. I think where this light really shines, in my opinion, is the amount of time it can sustain over 1000 lumens. The light maintains over 1400 lumens for over an hour, and I frequently get asked what light you can buy that'll stay over 1000 or 2000 lumens for an hour, and this would be a good option if that's your question. The UI here is simple. It's Thrunite's standard UI. It's pretty simple. Single press to come on, and then press and hold to cycle between the different modes. Double press to go to turbo. When in turbo, just double press again to go to strobe. You can shortcut to turbo when it was on to double press. You can also go directly to moonlight mode from off just by pressing and holding. You get moonlight mode, which is half a lumen. Due to those big gaps in the outputs between the modes, I think a ramping interface would be nice here as well, just to get a little bit more flexibility. Recharging, the TC20 V2 has USB-C that I mentioned before there on the back of the port cover. Standard cables work just fine here, no problem, and the charging cover is pretty good. Stays out of the way. I measured the battery from low voltage protection to full at 4.15 volts in 3 hours 48 minutes. The curve here wasn't as clean as I'm used to seeing, but nothing that I was too concerned about. You're able to use the light during this time, but only for low and medium outputs. It charges via USB-C to C or PD without an issue, and the included battery in mine was rated at 5000 milliamp hours, but when I tested it on my VapeCell S4 Plus, it rated at 5500 milliamp hours. The 26650 flashlight form factor seems to have kind of fallen out of popularity with the increasing availability of 21700 batteries that are slimmer. I like the 26650 size in my hand in a light like this, just because I think it fits well from an ergonomic perspective. One of the best features here, in my opinion, is how long this light can sustain 1500 lumens plus before step down. That's a feat that many high output lights just don't do due to heat and battery fatigue, but this one does it with ease. That said, the mode spacing here could probably be a little bit better to give you somewhere between the 1853 lumens and 320. That's a big jump. This is going to be a good all-around use light. I think it'd be a good option for something like camping or emergency prep as a good all-around light. This isn't what you'd use for in-pocket EDC, in my opinion. This has quite a bit of life at the higher lumen outputs and does well when size isn't a huge factor. As always, let me know what you think below. A lot of you guys probably have this light or have had it in the past, so let me know your experiences. And as always, thanks for watching these videos, and I'll catch you on the next one.